Admiral's log, stardate 47729.7. Admiral Dilithium reporting. 2 days ago, Starfleet ordered the USS Enterprise and Captain Jean-Luc Picard on a secret mission to Delphi 4, an uninhabited planet at the outer perimeter of Federation space. A Federation archaeological and mapping team has been conducting routine excavations on Delphi 4 for 3 months. Several days ago, after monitoring unusual sensor readings, the team uncovered a small subterranean temple. Inside, a luminous sphere, exactly 15 centimeters in diameter, mysteriously hovered above a crystalline structure. This sphere has proven to be the legendary Orb of Knowledge, the most remarkable discovery of our time. Details of the archaeological team's report were quite extraordinary. Until now, the orb was believed to be a legend. It is rumored to possess extraordinary powers, the most remarkable of which is the ability to correctly answer any question it is asked. The orb reportedly records the essence of every moment that occurs in the universe. The benefit of such knowledge is beyond comprehension. Although the orb seems to understand all languages, it communicates in soft, warbling sounds, not yet intelligible to the universal translator. These sounds were first recorded by the archaeological team's tricorder when they entered the temple. I will now enter a portion of this recording into the log. Deciphering this language is of primary importance. The Enterprise was instructed to bring the orb to the Vulcan Science Academy, where it could be studied and protected. Starfleet Command assigned top priority to this mission. The excitement surrounding the discovery of the orb has been tempered with caution and concern. Delphi 4 is dangerously close to the neutral zone between Federation and Romulan space. The consequences could be dire should the Romulans gain possession of the orb. Captain Picard informed me that an Enterprise away team consisting of 8 crew members beamed to the planet's surface and removed the orb from the temple. The orb was brought on board the Enterprise at 1300 hours yesterday and immediately taken to the science laboratory, where it was placed in a containment field. A human member of the archaeological team, Dr. Ram Yulin, returned to the Enterprise with the away team to assist the starship's engineer in building a stasis field so the orb could be transported safely at maximum warp speeds. I had traveled to Delphi 4 to accompany the Enterprise on her journey to Vulcan. However, I have just received a message from Admiral Cyrus Fye at Starfleet Command, which contains disturbing information and new orders. Now, I am afraid this mission has become the most important of my career. I will be on board the Enterprise in a few moments to meet with the away team. It will not be the joyous adventure I expected.
Please stop the tape now.
Please be seated. Captain Picard is unavailable and will not be dining with you tonight, as expected. My name is Admiral Dilithium, and I am here on direct orders from Starfleet Command. Since time is short and a crisis is looming, I will get straight to the point. A great misfortune has occurred. The Orb of Knowledge has been stolen. A short while ago, Captain Picard received a report from the science lab that the orb was missing. A guard was discovered unconscious, with second-degree phaser burns on his back. Dr. Yulin was also found injured and unconscious, having suffered less intense phaser burns. Both are being treated in sickbay, along with another guard suffering from severe temporal disorientation. While the captain assures me the integrity of his crew is beyond reproach, the information in my possession would seem to indicate otherwise. Starfleet Command has learned that at least one member of this away team may have had unauthorized and unreported contact with the Romulans. It is not yet known whether the orb has been removed from the Enterprise. However, before it was discovered missing from the science lab, the orb was kept under guard and checked every hour on the hour. We also know that there was a power blackout for a few moments this afternoon on a large portion of the saucer section of the Enterprise. The cause of this blackout and its possible connection to this incident have not yet been determined. Delphi 4 is surrounded by an electromagnetic field, and interference from the planet has caused some computer operations to malfunction. Among these are the personnel location functions and several security functions. There is information, however, which may help us determine whether one or more of you played a role in this critical situation. First, a phaser was found on the floor of the science lab near Dr. Yulin. It was set on stun. Second, this afternoon, before the orb was discovered missing, a shuttle was launched and shortly thereafter vanished in deep space. A probe was also launched at this same time. And finally, transporter logs indicate tampering and unauthorized beaming from the ship. We face a dark future unless this mystery can be solved. It is of the utmost importance that we learn what happened and make every possible attempt to recover the orb before it falls into the wrong hands. I have no alternative but to keep you in isolation until this situation is resolved. Guards have been posted outside this banquet room, and you will not be permitted to leave. Captain Picard and I will be conducting an immediate investigation. While this is happening, I suggest you continue with your dinner and take this opportunity to try to solve this mystery amongst yourselves. That would make the future much easier for all of us.
Please stop the tape now. All quests, no matter how great or small, inevitably reveal the deepest yearnings of the soul. As one observes the crew of the Starship Enterprise going about their daily routines, it appears as though everything is back to normal. All traces of the nanites have been removed from the away team, and Commander Data has been successfully reprogrammed by Mr. LaForge. But a subtle change has occurred. The quest for knowledge, no matter how well intended, does not always lead to the realization of wisdom. The Romulans sought to possess the orb and use it as a means of destruction. As a result, they set into motion a chain of events that ultimately led to its annihilation. Though the Enterprise crew made valiant efforts to retrieve the orb, all their attempts ended in failure. The homing module had been dropped during the power blackout, and it was impossible to trace the scattered molecules of the orb. When Captain Picard realized the futility of their efforts, he looked out upon the vast emptiness of space, and no longer felt the promise that had been in his heart only days, even hours before. The loss of the orb, the obscured vision, the great achievements that might have been, it seemed so senseless. Perhaps the universe was not yet ready for the wisdom of the orb. As the Enterprise changed course and the energy cloud of the orb's molecules dissipated in space, something curious and amazing was happening in a distant galaxy light years away. On an uninhabited, unremarkable planet, A huge dust cloud coalesced into a whirling vortex. The funnel pulled in tighter and tighter and folded onto itself. Peace and calm replacing the raging torrent of energy. And there, on the planet's surface, appeared the legacy of the tempest. A small temple. Inside, a luminous sphere 15 centimeters in diameter hovered in force field suspension above a crystalline structure. Soft murmuring sounds came from the sphere as it continued to relay its message.